I feel as though, you know, when we had our closure conversations, my mother and I are very intuitive. We have a knowing of the coming and the going of death. And so we knew that death was coming to our family. My mother and I, we discussed it many times. So many times that we discussed it in the presence of Khalil. And my mother said that she had been praying that God would take her because she was the last of 9 siblings. Her 4 brothers and her 4 sisters had predeceased her. My father is gone. My brother is gone. My mom said just about all her neighbors have passed on. So she said when she talks to God, she tells him, I've lived a good life. I'm not afraid of death. So whenever you're ready to take me, I'm ready to go. My mother was that was her message. She's a junior pack rat, and I'm a senior. I mean, she's a senior pack rat, and I'm a junior pack rat. She's collected so much stuff in her house that her bedroom, you stub your toe just trying to walk from the door to her bed. So she said she's not going to sleep in her bedroom because the paramedics would have too hard of a time getting to her there. So Nana has actually been sleeping on the day bed in her dining room because she thought God was going to answer her prayer and take her first. But that was not God's divine perfect order, you see. He took Ermias. I think of Ermias, and I think that Ermias knew, and we knew too. We knew too. Ermias, he was the kind of person that he was very busy and, you know, had a lot of things going on. And I would text him, and he would answer all of my texts. And I would call him, and he wouldn't answer all of my calls. But all of a sudden, Ermias started texting me, hey, Mom, I love you. I'm just sending you some positive energy for your day. I hope that you have a beautiful day. I felt spiritually in my soul as if Ermias was going to leave. And we had closure conversations through text messaging with one another. And I think that Ermias knew too, because Ermias was doing things differently. My mother said that Ermias was going to her house with Imani every morning on the way to drop Imani off at school. And he was bringing Imani a drink. I mean, he was bringing my mother a green drink. And then he would tell my mom, I love you, Granny. And he would give her a kiss, and he would tell her, if there's anything you need, let me know. And I just told Ermias, I said, Ermias, let me know. Now, this was a Saturday before he passed. I said, Ermias, let me know if you need me to pull up on you with some good, nutritious food. And then I wrote salad, and I had a little salad emoji, because he tells me I should open up a salad restaurant. I could kill the game. He loved my salads. And then I just told him my heart, and in my phone, Samuel's telephone number saved under heart. And I said, my heart feels as if there's possibly heaviness in your heart and soul. And in my phone, Ermias' contact is listed under soul. And Ermias says, no, Mom, I'm A1. That's what he would always tell me. No matter what was happening, he always told me, no, Mom, I'm A1, because he didn't want me to worry. Ermias was very stoic, ever since a boy. Pain did not faze him. He took it like a champ, you know? And he says, I'm grateful. I have a studio again. I'm just happy and ready to work. I'm very proud of my son. My son, Ermias Joseph Asghedom, was a great man. On this past Christmas, I drove Ermias to an address on 6th Avenue on the other side of Southwest Drive, just a short distance from my mother's home, to drop him off and pick up some ATV-type vehicles. Ermias was so happy and he felt so free riding those vehicles up and down 5th Avenue. And he told me, "Mom, this feels so great. I wish that I would have done this sooner." All of the cares of the world were lifted off of him for that moment in time. And his spirit was free, like a little child's spirit, right? Ermias liked thrilling rides at amusement parks. And so I'm not really sad because Spirit had already prepared me for that which was coming. I wish that Shell gas station would release the videotape of my interaction with the police officer when I went to the shop and he told me that the person who had been shot was Nipsey Hussle. I was in complete composure and total peace, you see, because I had been walking to my spiritual drumbeat that whole weekend. I made my green drink, I made my vegan meal, I made my herbal tea. And I even sat down with my feet up on the chair across from me, and I was talking to my cousin on the telephone. And one of the last things that I said to her is, "Belinda, the world that we live in is so wicked and evil. I feel so sad and I'm so troubled, and it's so very tragic that our children and our grandchildren are inhabiting this type of world." And I told her, I really don't know what the answer is. I really don't know, but I think that the only way to overcome the darkness is to be a light. We have to be the light of change that we want in the world. And then shortly after that, I got off the phone and I went to get dressed and everything. I took my shower, I got dressed, and I was bending down to get the blow dryer and the curling iron out of the bottom cabinet in my bathroom, just like this. I'm standing up. I'm coming in a position of ascension, just as the telephone rang, and it was my mother calling. And when death comes our way, my mother has a certain tone of voice, and it's frightening to me because I know that tone of voice means that death has come. And my mother asked, "Angel, are you busy?" in that tone of voice. For the first time in my life, that tone of voice did not frighten me. And I told her, "Oh no, Mommy, I'm not busy. I'm on my way. I'm just standing up from picking up the blow dryer and the curling iron. I'm on my way to your house." And she says, "Well, something has happened at the shop." You see, I already felt like I was in the right place. I was ascending, okay? I have ascended, okay? You have to find a way to ascend also. And that's all I can say. I just thank you. I feel like when I was a little girl and you would read the story tales that there's a king and there's a castle and there's royalty and they're having a celebration and they invite people from lands far apart and wide to come into their kingdom and to celebrate with them. And I just thank you. I'm honored. And I know that if Ermias can look down on us, that he's very honored also. He was very humble. And I'm just glad that the legacy of love that my mother started and that she passed on to me, that I passed on to my son, and since he was in the public arena, that he passed some of the love in his heart into the love that's in your hearts. So let's water the seeds of love